Edge computing landscape has evolved a lot during the past few years. As applications move closer and closer to the edge computing strategy becomes a key pillar in private cloud architectures. However, enabling edge computing apps is increasingly becoming challenged in remote edge locations. One key problem is the lack of technical staff at these remote locations. It's tough to bring up and maintain a solution without a dedicated resident IT staff. Also, it takes too long to set up networking for application connectivity. Network always becomes the bottleneck when it comes to enabling services. To top it all off, you have hundreds of remote sites to manage. So centralized edge sites management becomes another critical challenge. Nutanix AHV and Big Cloud Fabric bring an out-of-the-box, fully automated stack to remote edge clouds. The entire architecture, including the physical network, will be automated and driven through the integration with Nutanix Prism. Networking always used to be brittle and box by box, but with Big Cloud Fabric, you will have tightly integrated and fully automated networking for your AHV clusters. Instead of creating VLANs and routing protocols and implementing security as an afterthought in your network, with BCF, you will be managing your edge cloud network very similar to the way public cloud networking is managed, which is through virtual private clouds or VPCs. With enterprise virtual private clouds in BCF, you will be able to bring self-service and on-demand public cloud-style networking experience to your remote locations. Instead of doing command line hunting on individual networking boxes across hundreds of remote sites, now you get to manage your entire edge cloud architecture remotely using a single pane of glass. The bottom line, Big Cloud Fabric will make networking entirely invisible to all these remote sites and give you the easy button to the edge cloud networks. In this demo, you will see how quickly you can put together a fully automated one-rack system for your remote sites. We will first go through the day zero bring-up process and then move on to the network automation with Nutanix Prism. And in the final step, you will see how we can manage all remote sites using one dashboard. We will start off with just 3 Nutanix AHV nodes and 2 BCF half-width leaf switches and a management switch for iDRAC and other connectivity. We will first get the Nutanix cluster bootstrap. To do that, we will power on one of the BCF leaf switches. Nutanix nodes will be able to talk to each other at this point without any additional configurations. As a result, you can get the Nutanix Prism up and running. This is very different to traditional networking, where you have to note down every single port information and create VLANs and routing. In Big Cloud Fabric, you can connect the devices wherever you want and let the BCF automatically figure out the topology and connectivity details. The big benefit of this is, now you don't need to have specialized IT staff at remote sites. Bootstrapping and cable management becomes much easier. No need to worry about connecting to exact switch ports or VLANs. Once you have the Nutanix cluster bootstrapped, you can log into the Prism and install BCF controllers on Nutanix nodes. Here I am showing this 3 AHV node cluster, and when we go to the VM page, you will see BCF controllers are now up and running. At this point, only configuration left for you is log into the BCF and enable the Nutanix AHV integration. Let's go ahead and do that. Here's the BCF controllers home page. We'll go to the integration and select Nutanix Prism integration. And then we'll add our newly bootstrapped Nutanix Prism in here. We will give a name, IP address, username and password. And on the next screen, we'll map this entire Nutanix cluster to an enterprise VPC called Nutanix VPC. As a result, you can guarantee all your edge applications that are running on top of this Nutanix cluster will be part of this Nutanix VPC. When we hit save, you will see BCF gets connected to this Nutanix cluster. And this is all you need to get your edge cloud setup up and running. No other configurations are required. Networking in your entire rack will be on autopilot at this point. If we go inside this Prism instance, you will see BCF now sees all the Nutanix related information. 3 different AHV hosts we had, how the networking is set up in there, what vSwitches, physical connections are coming in from this cluster, etc. There are a couple of things BCF is doing in the background to provide this cloud-style network automation. First is the interface groups or MLAGs. Here you can see BCF automatically figure out how the connectivity is established from the 3 AHV nodes and created LACB based MLAGs for those nodes. Next is the enterprise VPCs. If we look inside the Nutanix VPC, you will see the CVM network segment in there. Now let's go back to the Prism and create two virtual networks called App and Web. For App, we will use VLAN 101 and we will also configure the gateway IP. Then we will configure another network for Web and use VLAN 102. If we come back to the BCF and refresh, you will see new network segments are getting automatically created. Basically, BCF is fully on autopilot right now. Whatever change you do in Nutanix end will right away get reflected in the BCF. Let's quickly add a couple VMs in Nutanix and make sure traffic is working fine as well. We will name the first VM as App and make it part of the App network. And repeat the process for the Web VM as well. Once it's finished, let's power on both the VMs. You will see the network is ready as soon as the VMs are powered on, without any touch to the network. Let's also open up the App VM console and ping the Web VM. Even though these two VMs are part of different networks or VLANs, they can ping each other. Imagine in a traditional network, in order to get to this step, you would have to do a lot more manual configurations. BCF also offers built-in troubleshooting, visibility, and analytics capabilities. For example, built-in analytics engine in BCF gives contextual visibility into your Nutanix clusters without having to do any additional configurations. Let's also see how you can manage all your remote locations from a single pane of glass with Multi-Cloud Director. Once you add your site, it will give a summary of overall status of the remote site. Similarly, you can add and manage all your remote sites as well as your main data center sites in here. You can perform upgrades and manage configuration snapshots across all your remote sites as well. You can take a look at what kind of switches are running across all your environments with a single click. Login history will quickly give you details of who's logging in and out. You can also look at all your VPCs across your entire cloud architecture. Endpoints will show you all your VM workloads and you will be able to quickly search and filter by any field. As you can see, Big Cloud Fabric and Nutanix lets you build a fully integrated and automated edge cloud architecture. No networking expertise is needed at your remote locations. With the help of BCF's enterprise VPC automation, you will always have on-demand application connectivity. Also with the Multi-Cloud Director, you will be able to manage your entire edge cloud architecture with a single pane of glass. Thanks for watching.